Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdoch. Microsoft's new search engine is called Bing. It launched on June 3rd, 2009, and observers have already described it as a dramatic improvement over Microsoft's previous search engine efforts. Most every e-commerce merchant relies on search engines, and many of them, we suspect, will be interested to learn how Bing affects them. To help us with this, we're pleased to be joined by Dave Washaw, Microsoft's Senior Director of Bing Shopping. Well, Dave, thank you for your time today.
Absolutely, Kerry. I've been looking forward to it.
Thank you. Dave, our listeners are e-commerce merchants, mainly smaller e-commerce merchants, and virtually all of them use search traffic to some degree to drive sales. Our first question for you today is, are search engine optimization efforts for Bing different than for Google?
They're not fundamentally different from Google. And in fact, if people have submitted their sitemaps for live search already, then there's nothing new that they need to do. And if they want to go ahead and submit a sitemap for Bing, they can go ahead and do that. But effectively, there's nothing new that they need to do in order to make sure that their sites are indexed by our indexer.
Okay. Well, that's good. Dave, let's say, by way of example, let's say I'm a merchant and I sell furniture on an online store. How can Bing help me in areas that Google cannot?
Well, I think there are a couple of different places. Number one, we've focused on really trying to develop a great site for users to research products and buy products at very inexpensive prices. So when it comes to research, we know that most users spend time reviewing at least one review of a product before purchasing it. And so we've introduced with Bing Shopping a new feature we call the Opinion Index, which is a feature that goes out and grabs all of the reviews from thousands of sites across the web, and it brings them back and it aggregates them. But it takes it a step further as well, which is that it actually does something we call sentiment extraction, which is the algorithm can tell if something that someone's talking about in a review is a feature. So in the case of the couch, it might be stain resistance or the comfort. And so the algorithm can tell that they're talking about that, and then it can also tell the sentiment that they're using to describe that feature. So if you can say its stain resistant is very good, or its comfort is really bad. The algorithm can tell, and it aggregates that information from all of those reviews and brings it back to the user. So in terms of putting users in touch with the right product, we take great steps in allowing that to happen. Now, for merchants, number one, we're putting customers that are ready to buy and well informed in touch with their products. But we're also offering a couple of new things with Bing Shopping. One isn't new, but it's becoming increasingly popular, which is Bing Cashback, our cashback program. And it's a program that allows merchants to participate in a program where they give cash rebates to customers for purchasing the products that they're selling. And it's something that is unique to Bing, and the program has seen some great success since its inception a year ago. and we're getting very positive feedback from the over 1,000 merchants that are participating in it today, particularly when it comes to conversion rates and the size of the basket, which is, of course, what those are the things that everyone cares about at the end of the day.
You mentioned cashback. How does a merchant listening to this participate in cashback? Is there an application process?
Yeah, it's very easy to participate. You can go up to the cashback.com site, and there's a link there for cashback for advertisers. And if you click on that, as long as you meet some simple criteria, then you can upload the products that you'd like to offer as a part of the program, and you're off to the races.
You mentioned, Dave, Bing Shopping. So I go to Bing.com. Is Bing Shopping a separate site? Is that a part of, what is Bing Shopping?
Bing Shopping is, if you go up to Bing.com, obviously you start off with the homepage of the search engine. But we know that, in addition to the very simple informational queries that people are doing, that the most complex queries and the queries that people are looking to help them make decisions are in a couple of areas. There's travel, so people are trying to decide where to go or find a good price on a plane ticket or a hotel room. Then there's health, which is a very common category of searches, so people looking for information on symptoms or on ailments that they may have. There's entertainment, which of course is very popular in terms of finding out what's going on with celebrities and movies and things like that. Then there's shopping. And those are the four big areas beyond just generic searches that we want to focus on. And there's a reason for that. Bing, what we've introduced with Bing is what we like to call a decision engine. And we know that today, more than half of queries either people are dissatisfied with, or they go unanswered, or they ultimately abandon it without really getting the answer that they were looking for. And that's a problem that we really wanted to address with Bing. The queries are becoming more complex, and they're taking a longer period of time. And the most complex are those areas that I talked about around travel and shopping and things like that. So we have specialized sites, sub-sites for each of those. So travel is Bing Travel, shopping is Bing Shopping, to really help people focus on that task. So Bing Shopping, if you go to bing.com/shopping, will take you right into an interface that helps you find products, sort, filter, compare prices, and ultimately transfer you to a merchant if you are actually looking to buy the product at that time.
Let's shift gears for a sec, Dave, to pay-per-click advertising. Tell us, what are the pay-per-click advertising opportunities for smaller merchants in Bing?
So there are three opportunities for smaller merchants to participate in. The first is just the search ads, so the typical PPC keyword ad auction-based process, and that's obviously available to anybody, and it's not unique to Bing Shopping. The second option is what merchants would be familiar with as a typical shopping aggregation style of offer, where they upload their products to our Bing Shopping site, and we have a rate card, and they pay per click. So every time someone clicks on their product and we transfer our users to the merchant's store, they pay for that. They pay for that click. The third is the one I mentioned before, and I think it's the most exciting, is the cashback program, and that's where part of the price that the merchant pays goes to giving the customer a cash rebate, and it's also a CPA style program, so cost per acquisition as opposed to a CPC, so it's very low risk.
On the cashback, what percentage goes to the consumer?
Yeah, so the rebate is completely within the control of the merchant. If the merchant wants to offer 5% or 10%, they can do that. The maximum discount without working with Microsoft Account Rep is a 25% discount, but it's easy to sort through that. But in the program today, the rebate is entirely within the control of the merchant, and the percent of the payment that they have available to use as a rebate for the customer is 75%. So let's say that the price per click was $1. then they have at their disposal up to 75 cents to offer as a rebate to the customer.
Dave, Google is, of course, the industry leader at the moment in search. Bing is an exciting new product. Just to put you on the hot seat here, is Bing better than Google?
Well, we're really excited about Bing. I think we've, in the past, it's taken us a while to get where we're at today. But we've used a couple of guiding principles, I think, when we think about Bing. And the first is that we really want to put the customer in control. And the second is we want to earn their trust. And the third, and I think the most important, is that we really want to deliver what customers want. We realize that we need to be maniacally focused on giving customers what they want. And as I said before, more than half of queries people rate as they're disappointed with those results. There's a significant amount of opportunity for someone to come in and add value for customers when it comes to searching. And we recognize that. We've added some new functionality to Bing that we think goes a long way towards addressing some of that. One of the things is what we call categorized search. So if you go and you do a query on Bing, you'll notice most of the time, that you'll have some categorized search tabs on the side of the site. So in the case of, let's say, you put in the query digital camera, you'll notice that you can sort by merchant, you can sort by brand, you can sort by characteristics of the camera, like it's the number of megapixels or its battery life. And we think that by adding that those categorized search tabs, that we're going to help people get to the answers that they're looking for much more quickly, and ultimately our goal is to help them make better decisions faster. So we're very focused on delivering what customers want. We think there's a significant amount of upside there for the search industry to deliver value to users.
Dave, our listeners, of course, are mainly smaller e-commerce merchants. Anything else on your mind for them today as it relates to Bing or search, or anything else on your mind?
There are a couple of things. One is I would encourage people to try Bing, something that we put a significant amount of investment and effort in, and we're really pleased with the response we've seen so far, and we're really excited about continuing to attract and engage more users with it. So the first thing would be go out and try Bing for your queries. The second thing would be, again, I think one of the key differentiators for merchants, and one of what we think is very innovative in the business model of search, is our cashback program. Merchant feedback so far, as I mentioned, has been extremely positive. They're seeing higher conversion rates, higher sell-through rates, and bigger basket sizes, and that, of course, is what everybody wants. And so I would encourage people to go out and sign up for cashback as a user and give it a try, but then also go up to cashback.com and click on the link for advertising for cashback for merchants and participate in the program.
Well, for our listeners, of course, the search engine that we're referring to, Microsoft's new search engine, is Bing, B-I-N-G, Bing.com. And Dave Washa, Senior Director of Bing Shopping for Microsoft, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Great. Thank you very much, Kerry.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.